Alright, here's the finished product, but we'll show you how to build this drive-on tilt-over antenna mount. And shouldn't take too long to build. It just requires a 2x4 foot piece of plywood, 3/4 plywood from Home Depot, various hardware, and a little bit of time. Alright, we're going to make a fold-over, drive-on, tilt-up antenna mount today. And what we're going to need is a 2x4 foot piece of 3/4 inch plywood cut down into two 16-inch pieces, and one piece that is as wide as our hinge here, roughly. We're going to need some of these flush mount spiked nuts, 5/16 by I believe 18. See how they fit there. And yeah, 5/16 by 18. We're going to need some of those same type of nuts in 1/4 by 20. We're going to need some 1/4 by 20 flush-headed, flat-headed screws for the hinge, some U-bolts, whatever size pipe you need. Thread blocker, not absolutely necessary, but I would use it. Some wood glue, drill, Sharpie, safety, lengthy, tape measure, yeah, that kind of stuff. So that's what we need. I'm going to put a detailed list on the website so you can have a look at it, but let's get started. So I had Home Depot cut these into three 16 by 2 foot pieces. They couldn't cut the last board here because of the size of their cross-cut saw. They had a minimum of 1 foot of the piece that was left, so I cut this piece on a table saw and I cut it as wide as the hinge there, and so it's roughly 5.5 inches wide. And this will actually be mounted over here. These two boards will be screwed together. The hinge will go here, and this will be part of the tilt-up mechanism. It'll tilt into place, and the U-bolts will hold the mast on. So hopefully most of that's in the shot. So let's get started. First thing, let's clear off our work area, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I had a bit of a false start a minute ago, and didn't have the camera recording, so I've already got some marks here. What I'm going to do, measure in 2 inches. 2 inches, make a mark. These are not critical at all. They just need to hold the board together while the glue dries more than anything. And you know, they can be used later. But I would make one side nice. The other sides may not line up perfectly, but as long as you've got one side that's nice, you're good. So space it up on some old pieces of 2x or whatever you have. And then let's drill some holes. Remember, safety first. So let's get some holes drilled. Use this as a knee rest. So now what we're going to do is figure out which side you want the top and which side you want the bottom. To me, I think this will be the bottom since it has the marks on it. And I'm going to put these in here. And let's see here. Get 4 of these little locking nuts. And we're going to need a hammer. Alright, noise warning, hammer. So we're going to hammer these in. And this is going to require quite a bit of glue, so we're in the direction we had it. And I'm not sure if the best way would be to use a paintbrush here or what, but just going to do this number. Seems reasonable. If they're going to squeeze together, make sure to get some around the screws. And just for good measure, smiley face over here, and a little bit of glue over here. Why not? Alright, let's make sure to get some here, 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 and here. I have a feeling that we're going to be wiping some glue off. I probably overdid it, but you know what? Oh well. Glue's fun. It's water-based, water-soluble, easy glue to deal with. Alright, so now, to clamp this, I'm going to put these in here. There's that. Some glue coming out this side. They're tight enough. Squeeze a little more glue out. So look, we're doing good. Alright, so in the absence of proper clamps, let's drive the car up on the thing. Why not? Sounds fun, doesn't it? Clamp for 30 minutes. So we're going to wait 30 minutes and we'll be back. Looks like the glue's dry. So the next thing here is going to find the good side. And that's right here. And mount our tilt over base here on it. And I think the easiest way to do that is going to be to just measure the middle minus here, or just center it up. Let's just center it up. Alright, it's pretty close to centered. Next thing is to try to get it straight here. Mark the center. Each one of these holes. And we'll have some room to adjust once we get the holes drilled. Safety first. Now let's drill some holes. Holes drilled. I'm sure we drilled them in the right place. We did. Good. Alright. Let's see about threading some things through here and getting going here. Let's turn it over to the bottom side here and put it up on the blocks. Go ahead and put in our locking bottom bolts here, whatever they're called, inserts. Alright, so let's grab some washers this time, and let's grab this, dump these out.
What's she doing?
These in here. We'll get them started. You have to tighten them real tight because we're probably going to have them back off of there again shortly to put the lock on, so hold everything together. Those are the screws where I really want to have the lock tight. So get this scrap piece up underneath here to make it the same level. Let's have a look there. Looking good. So this time we're going to use these 1/4-inch ones. So we need a different drill bit. Let's see what it says here. 5/16. Let me just go ahead and punch these and we'll get them started on the ground. Move this out of the way. Get our block in there. Alright. Our hole's drilled. Now let's put our inserts in. So, let me get a Phillips head and get started. There we go. We have a tilt over. So now we need to be able to get our mast in here. So we need to think about drilling holes for the 3 U-bolts. And check the shot here. The question is where do we want to put these? And my guess is that I'd like to put them all above this because I don't want to short to this. These go through to the ground, and even if we load this whole vertical and this is just sort of touching the ground, there'll still be some resistance through the ground. So keep these up here so we can use this wood as an insulator also. So the next question is, how do we measure for something like this? Alright, so what I did was I lifted the board up and I checked for plumb with a level. Once I got plumb, I went through and checked for level and made some marks. Now this level happens to be right at the drilling size that I need these U-bolts. And that just worked out for me. It may not work out for you on whatever size U-bolts you select. So you may have to do 2 lines, you may have to get a little more creative. That worked for me. I'm going to go ahead and drill some holes. We'll check here and make sure that we're in. You can check with these. Make sure you're in good. And you can see that we are. I think I'm on manual focus, so that probably didn't come out very good. But again, you get the point. We can put these saddles of the U-bolts on there just to make sure that we're within the the size that we want. Put the U-bolt on here. Looks pretty good. Now these U-bolts are 1/4 inch, so I'm going to drill the holes 5/16. And so I'm going to go ahead and punch these. It always makes a good idea to center punch. Nothing major. Okay. Now goes here. Those go on there. Much better. Not that that little saddle's really needed, but hey, it acts like a washer. Alright, I'm going to make the tilt up side here that will hold it on. Went to the store and got some more parts, so the original parts list is somewhat void. That's how these builds go. Got some 1024 screws, 1024 by 1.5 inches, some more of these T-nuts, got some wing nuts. Let's see here. Got some more 1024s that are by 1 inch, more T-nut. Alright, I gotta zoom out a bit here to get this all in the shot, so hopefully things work out here. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do, make the marks for this tilt-up board here to hit this second hinge that I bought. So, grab the marker here. This all lined up. Sorry, this is a really hard shot to get. Alright, so made some marks there. And I'll show them to you. I'm going to punch them. Yep, 1/4 inch. I'll tell you, it's amazing how much stuff uses a 1/4 inch drill bit. The dullest bits I've always got a 1/4 inch. Those are going to fit good. Hammer these in here. Too late for the noise warning. I really like these hammer-in T-nuts. They apparently call them T-nuts. And they really work well for woodworking that you're going to... things that you may have to take apart multiple times. Got a straggler there. Alright, got those in place. Dump out our number 10 screws here. And make sure that we're in the shot. These screws are going to go in through the front. Now, let's go ahead and clamp this here. This is the best way I know to make this work. Let's just go ahead and clamp it and give it a try. You can do all kinds of fancy measurements, but in the long run, we're just trying to make something that works. Nice. start that hole. Some blocks up underneath the whole thing here. Go ahead and take the clamps off. Block under here. Finish this hole. Okay. I'm gonna put the rest of these T-nuts here in the back side. So, get this in the shot properly. Always gotta remember to get stuff in the shot. I assume that'll work out better once I get used to videoing things a little more. Let's go ahead and put this piece on here. So, line this up. So, if I put one here in the end, it's in the way of on the other side of our mast. I think the best thing to do would be to just drill a single hole for now. So, now, we'll just, we'll go ahead and punch these in place. Move this over. Get a good clamp. Try to stay in place there. And get one in the center here. First thing here is to go ahead and drill this one out. Through. Now let's get our T-nut in place. That pushed it in there. Alright, T-nuts in place. And we'll put our L bracket in. It's exceedingly windy outside today. Sounds like a tornado siren. Seems odd. My wife's gonna come out in a second. Not sure why we'd get a tornado siren. Seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
What's going on? Are you still... Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know. Obviously there's tornado siren.
I don't think
There's
there is
nothing. There's
supposed
nothing
to
on
be one
radar.
right now.
There's absolutely nothing on radar. I'm back. No tornado. City doesn't know why the sirens went off. Random tornado siren festival. I don't know. Odd. It's a good one. I had the video on at the time, so people will believe it, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and drill the top here. Okay, we're in shot. That's good. Alright, now the long screw goes through here, and let's see what we get here. This comes up, goes through there, wing nut. Oh, whoa. This goes through here. Tighten it down. And we're locked. Okay, up here on this top joint, I've got wing nut. And this comes out of here like this. This picks up. You line it up. I got 2 T-nuts here. Short 1 screw, but you get the point. Get the wing nut on here. And this is how you lock it in place. Real simple. Can't do this left-handed thing with this wing nut. So I just have 3 1 1/4 U-bolts to lock the mast down. Rotate things here. 1 hinge there for the locking mechanism. 1 larger hinge there for the mast. And then I just used an L bracket up here for the locking mechanism. I only put 1 screw in here. I'm going to put a wood screw in here, but 1 bolt through, because this other one would be in line with my mast, and I don't want it poking through on the other side, possibly shorting to the mast. Not that it'll hurt, because it's not grounded up here, but why not just leave it out? It's not needed. Alright, that's it. It's built. Thanks for watching. I've got some pictures here of the finished product. It was a really simple build. I decided to go ahead and paint it, just kind of waterproof it a little. I'm going to I put 2 coats of black paint. I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of polyurethane seal over the top of it, and I think it'll be pretty well waterproof at that point. After this, I've got a few videos of me tilting it up and locking it in place and tilting it over under the car in place, supporting a mast. Alright, I'm going to show you how this tilts up.